Hello everybody, welcome back. So now we're gonna send our soil out for testing. So this year I'm using a different kit. This is from mysoiltesting.com. Last year I used rxsoil.com, but for some reason they're not doing any testing this year. I don't know what's happening with them, but you can't even buy a test kit from them to send anything back. So we're gonna try this one out. At the end of the video, we'll compare the results of last year's soil test from rxsoil to this year's soil test. And we'll see what they recommend and how they recommend it. Because if you remember last year's soil test, the recommendations were actually really nice. So I pulled out a couple of plugs very scientifically using this pipe, hammered it into the ground, pushed it out with a broomstick. So according to the instructions, what you're supposed to do is break this up a little bit, get the organic stuff out of there. So let's do a little mishmash of stuff, get the organic stuff out. This way we have a roughly like an average comparison of what our soil needs. Then what you're supposed to do, fill this little scoop up to the top and then add it to this little jar. As you can see, there's like some sort of liquid in this jar, a little capsule or whatever. You're supposed to leave that stuff in there, one level scoop, that grass out of there. Put it in, and then they give you a prepaid little envelope that you stick into the mail, and in about a week's time you're supposed to get your results back. So how do prices compare? rxsoil was about close to 50 bucks. I want to say there was like a discount code. I got it for under 50. This one, it was $35. So we got our little level scoop. Stick it in our jar. Now rxsoil was a little bit different. They had they just had a little baggie that you put it in, you put it back in the box, send it back to them. They didn't have this little jar thing happening. All right, that's it. We'll mail this off and then we'll see what the results are in a little bit. And we are back. It has been about a week since we did the soil testing with mysoil. This is last year's rxsoil. Sorry about the printer. But as you can see, it gave us various readouts on what we were low at. And their ranges are measured from, looks like, parts per million. I don't know what mysoil uses, but it's giving us the ranges and everything. So compared to last year, let's see, our potassium was low, still low here. Phosphorus was low, still low here. We're good on nitrogen apparently, which I think they don't give us specifically nitrogen in rxsoil. Maybe it's this organic matter thing, I don't know. Soil pH, we were just below. We're good this year. So the difference with these two kits is also the recommendations that they give. So as you see, when we go through this, it gives us annual recommendations and a list of products, when to apply it, and how much to apply. With the mysoil one, we don't get as many recommendations. As you see here, they're recommending a 12-12-12 at 8 pounds per 1,000 square feet. But as you can see, we're still low on the phosphorus and the potassium. So why wouldn't they recommend a higher potassium and phosphorus fertilizer? We're also low on like a lot of micronutrients. So they do give a recommendation on that. So this is the fertilizer that they're recommending at $40 for a bag, 18-pound bag, which we would need 2 of, because they're saying 8 pounds per 1,000 square feet. We would need roughly 32 pounds. So I feel like that'd be a lot of extra nitrogen that we don't need, and not as much potassium as phosphorus as we could get on there. As far as the micronutrients, they are recommending this brand from Anderson's, $60 a bag. Let's see how many pounds it is. 18 pound. Okay. It's going to give us magnesium, sulfur, iron, manganese, zinc, and copper. I guess we're just applying per the bag instructions there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through some of the stuff I have left over from last year, see if I can make kind of my own concoction to get the rates that we need to get these levels up. But what do you guys think, the comparison between the two various testing sites? Now remember, this isn't from the same year. This is last year's that we used. This is this year's. Let me know what you think about the styles and the recommendations that they give. Anyway, thanks again. Take care.